Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Before we kick off today, I just want to say a massive heartfelt thank you to everybody who's hit the subscribe button and got me to, well, more than 10,000 subscribers at the moment. I know that's pretty small fry in the grand scheme of things, but it was a bit of a milestone that I had in me sights, and thanks to you guys, I've made it, and yeah, I'm quite pleased about that. Quite chuffed, as they say. In honour of reaching 10,000 subscribers, I posed you some questions, and you lot didn't let me down. You answered. This was in the community tab on YouTube, and many of you replied there, and even more of you sent me emails, some of them quite lengthy, about answers to questions. And what I've got here are a few of the responses that I think kind of give a representation of what you guys have said. So let's start off with question number 1. What was the first song you learned? And the overwhelming majority of you, well, not the overwhelming majority of you, but if there's one song that got more responses than anything else, it was House of the Rising Sun by the Animals. Which, if you started playing the guitar and that was the first song you learned with big stretchy C chords and stuff in it, and an F chord in your first song, then my hat comes off to you. That's a tricky one to learn. I think we all learned it at some point, those of us who learned the guitar in the late 70s or thereabouts, because most people back then seemed to be passing around a copy of the Russ Shipton Complete Guitar Player course that had that song in it. So yeah, well done. If your first song on the guitar was one that contained an F chord, then you're made of sterner stuff than I am, I must admit. Funny story actually about House of the Rising Sun, obviously by the Animals, who are from this part of the world, the northeast of England. Their guitar player, the guy who played that iconic opening arpeggio sequence, is a guy called Hilton Valentine. And in the early to mid-90s, I guess this will have been about 93-ish, I was in a sort of a cabaret social club type band, just doing top 40 stuff. I'll tell you what'll date it. The first song that we used to open up the set with was I Am the One and Only by Chesney Hawkes. So look up when that song was a hit, and it'll have been about then. Anyway, we were on the same bill as Hilton Valentine's band. They were called the Alligators, and they were a really smoking hot blues rock band, really, really good. And, at various places over the years, like guitar shows and stuff, I've met some, kind of borderline famous people, I once had a beer with Albert Lee, Screaming Lord Sutch. I got absolutely uproariously drunk with him one night. But I was more starstruck than any time I can remember when I knew that over there was the guy from the Animals. And I went up to see him and I said, kind of like a dumb young 20-something, I said, "You're the reason I play the guitar." And he looked at me witheringly and said, "Bugger off, don't blame me." Carried on having a conversation with his pals. So there you go. Now, in the spirit of you've showed me yours, so I'll show you mine. My first song that I ever learned was called Skip to My Lou, an old folk thing that was based around a D chord and an A7 chord. And it was in some cheap guitar tuition book that came with my first ever acoustic guitar, K acoustic guitar. Yes. Anyway, so moving on, question number 2. Which song would you rather not admit to liking, but you will anyway? Lady in Red, someone said, "What is wrong with you?" Someone said, "I'm rather partial to a bit of Nickelback. It's no longer cool to hate them. I don't care if it's cool or not. I'm going to do it anyway." Nickelback. And something called "Love Yourself" by Justin Bieber. Well, he certainly looks the type, doesn't he? Anyway, what's the one song, my cheesy guilty pleasure? I would have to say it's Peter Sarsted, "Where Do You Go To, My Lovely." I adore that song. I really do. It gives me goosebumps. And yeah, so there you go. I have no shame. Question number 3. How many guitars do you own versus how many do you need? Well, there was a whole range of numbers from this. Some people only have one guitar. Some people have like 60, 70 guitars. But when it comes to the how many guitars do you need section of the question, the answer was overwhelmingly one more. So yeah, I'll go along with that. The funniest heckle you've had either on stage or from a family member? Well, there's a couple of things here, variations on a theme where you know it hasn't taken the form of a verbal heckle, but you know, people have had the power turned off while they've been playing. A guy stepped outside to have a smoke, comes back and his amp is no longer on stage. It's been hidden. Somebody once got "Play some ABBA" yelled at him. Then there was "Throw that guitar down the stairs and it'll sound better." Yeah, we've all had those kind of moments. My version of this is it was one dismal, wet Sunday evening at some awful working men's club up in South Shields or Gateshead or somewhere like that. And I think there'd been a mix-up with the agent because we got there and the poster that was up for that night's entertainment mentioned that it was like a Magic of the Musicals experience. So the room was packed out with people who were expecting, you know, hits from Les Miserables and Cats and all of that sort of stuff, you know, Lloyd Webber and various things like that. And we get up there and we start belting out "I Am the One and Only" and "You Give Love a Bad Name" and all that kind of stuff. And gradually the room starts to thin out a little bit. And at one point we hear this thing come from the back of the room. "Oi lads, the acoustics are much better in here now you've emptied the effing room." So there you go. That's even I had to giggle at that one on the night. It was just such a kind of funny thing to hear. Worst song you've ever had to play? Somebody here said that they had to play "Viva La Vida" by Coldplay at a biker gig, and surprisingly enough they got away with it. Well, I can tell you why that is, because obviously there were some Joe Satriani fans in the audience. "Wonderful Tonight," yeah, I'm with you on that one. Eric Clapton, he is one of my favourite guitar players, but you know, when he's on form and you can almost see the sparks coming off of his fingers, and you know, there's a real energy and electricity in his playing, and then sometimes there just isn't. And that's a song like "Wonderful Tonight." Hateful song, I despise it. Any Christmas song? Well, yeah, there's a lot of bad Christmas songs, isn't there? But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you only need 3 Christmas. The ultimate Christmas compilation album should contain probably a bit of Bing Crosby, "White Christmas." Then what else? Well, you need the Pogues Christmas song, you need the Wizard Christmas song, and you need the Slade Christmas song. There you go. The only 4 Christmas songs you're going to need. And everything else is just meh, to be honest. Personally, my worst ever song, and this song haunted me. This song followed me from band to band to band over a period of years. There was that band I was talking about where we were doing the Chesney Hawks and the Bon Jovi sort of stuff, and some soul material as well, and you know, just general kind of feel good top 40 slightly rock influenced pop, and we were doing "Achy Breaky Heart" in that band. And then the band broke up and I joined a country band where we were doing "Achy Breaky Heart." And then that band sort of disintegrated, really. because of, well, the usual thing, band politics. And I found myself back in another slightly more rocky sort of working men's club type band. We were called Dirty Deeds, so that kind of gives you an idea of the type of material we were doing, you know. And once again, Achy Breaky Heart, and I love that song with a passion to this day. It's just, I mean, apart from anything else, it's just the same chord sequence and basically the same melody as Tulsa Time, the old Clapton song. And it's, you know, it's boring to play. It's one of those earworm things that gets into your head and you can't get it out. And, you know, I used to have to stand there up on stage with a big cheesy grin on my face and sing the backing vocals to it, and, you know, see if I could remember all 2 of the chords. And it's not even a 3-chord bash; it's a 2-chord bash. It's meh. I don't like that song. Anyway, there you go. There are the 5 questions that I asked for responses for, and those are my responses as well. I do hope you found this reasonably entertaining, and once again, guys, thanks for getting me over the 10,000 subscribers mark. It's, as you know, this is a monetized channel. I make a little bit of money off all of these videos, and it's now starting to make, you know, a little bit of it, well, a big bit of a difference to our monthly household budget when the YouTube money comes in every month. So thank you guys for that. Thank you so much. And speaking of financial matters, I have a course on sale at the moment, as you are no doubt aware. It's called Making the Modes Easy, and it is a plain English, jargon-free, as clear as I can make it, explanation of what's going on with the whole topic of modes. It is the one thing that is right at the top of the list of people coming to me for lessons. Once you get like intermediate guitar players who want to kind of take that next leap up, it's always about, I've heard of these things called modes and I don't really understand them. Well, buy this course and you will. You can get it from there. That lessons page on my website. It costs 40 quid and you get all of the plain English explanations you need. You get jam tracks, you get close-up demonstrations of example solos, you get tabs for those solos, you get a little bit of problem solving to do. So it's like, okay, what mode is this chord sequence in, and what scale are you going to use over the top of it, and you get all the scale patterns and everything you need, and it really does work. I can vouch for that. But then again, I would say that, wouldn't I? Anyway, check it out. It's available from my website. There's the URL once again, and the link is also in the description box below. And with that, I'll bid you all a good day. But first, I'll say, if you would like some tailored one-to-one guitar tuition, I almost forgot this bit, then get in touch with me via the details at the end of this video. If you live on Teesside in the northeast of England, you can come along for a face-to-face lesson, or wherever else you are in the world, you can have a lesson via Skype, and whichever way you do it, your first lesson is, of course, free, so you got absolutely nothing to lose. So why not give it a go? And with that, I will bid you a good day this time and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you've enjoyed this video, why not subscribe yourself if you haven't already done so? And thanks again, guys, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time around. Bye for now.